Hi, most contractors think that Google Ads does not work, but Google Ads is not the problem. It is how you run those campaigns for yourself. In the past 7 years, I have looked at ads of roofers, HVACs, electricians, plumbers, and other local businesses. And the same mistake showed up again and again. And these mistakes are costing like 2,000, 3,000, and even sometimes $10,000 a month. In this video, I'm breaking down 30 Google Ads mistakes contractors make that kill their leads. And here's what you should be doing. If you're running ads for yourself, this might hurt a little, but it will save you a lot. I have categorized these mistakes in 6 different categories. Number one is keywords. So mistake number one is using broad match keywords blindly. Most contractors don't even know that this is happening in their ad accounts. They are using like generic terms like roofers, best roofers, and how to repair and cheap roof materials, roof repair salary and jobs and whatnot. And you are paying for all these clicks. Those are not transactional keyword. They are not bringing you the money. Instead, you should be focused on roofer near me, HVAC near me, electrician near me, emergency keywords like emergency HVAC repair, water heater installation contractor, and terms like this. So broad match without control is one of the fastest ways to burn the budgets. Mistake number two is not using negative keywords in your campaigns. So negative keywords is that we don't want our ad to show on those keywords. For example, like DIY, free, salary, jobs, training, Home Depot, supplies, like that. And we add these keywords in negative keyword list so that our ads should target only the right keywords, the transactional keywords, the keywords which bring us leads, money, not the keywords which bring us vague fluff traffic to our website. So without negative keywords list, you are literally paying for the people who will never hire you for your services. Mistake number three, targeting too large of an area. I see contractors targeting multiple cities, like entire states, but they only serve 20 miles radius. So what happens is Google shows your ads to like people who are 2 hours away from you, and they just click on your ad, they call you, and you cannot serve them. That's wasted spend and bad conversion idea. If you're a local contractor, tighten your location so that you could serve the maximum people, and your ads should be shown to the right people in your area, the people who you can easily serve. Mistake number four, most contractors do not understand the intent of the keyword. So there are multiple intents like informational intent, transactional intent, commercial intent, and a lot of contractors Google ads, which I have seen ads myself. I see this very often that they are running ads for very generic keywords like how to fix leaking pipe. That is informational keyword. Like that person does not want to hire you, but he just wants to understand, or maybe just doing his research on how to fix that pipe or something. They will go to YouTube instead of hiring you because the intent. So transactional intents are like AC repair company near me. That is the right intent, not that how to repair AC. That is the wrong intent. So you have to understand that what keywords you are using in your campaigns. Mistake number five, mixing high ticket and low ticket keywords in the same campaign. So if you replace like roofs and you also repair at the same time, and you are targeting these both keywords in the same campaign, Google will show and treat them as the same, but they are not the same. One costs like $800, $900, and the other costs 15,000 or maybe more. So you should separate these both campaigns separately so that you could focus on the money making campaigns, like money making services, rather than just get busy and not profitable. Category number two, campaign structure mistakes. So a lot of people do not know the structure of their campaigns. They just go to the platform like Google Ads dashboard and run the campaigns. If your keywords are good, but the structure is not good, your campaign will not be profitable and you will just waste your ad budgets. Mistake number six, running one campaign for all services. If you're running same campaign for roof repair, roof replacement, galleries, inspections, all inside one campaign, you are just confusing the system, the algorithm, the Google ads. And also, along with that, you are confusing the users as well. So I always recommend separate service, separate landing page for each service, separate campaign for each service, and the right keywords for each campaign. Mistake number 7, mixing brand and non-brand together. So a lot of people just see that okay, they are getting leads, but once I dive into their Google Ads campaigns, they are just getting those leads from their brand name, meaning a lot of people already know you and they are searching for your brand, and they just search on Google and they just go to your website and hire you. So that click is cheap, that conversion is high, but again, those people already know you. These are not the new people. You think your ads are performing, but it's just people who already know you, right? Who are already going to call you either way. They already search on Google with your brand name rather than just service. So you should be focusing on mixing or separating brand and non-brand keywords together. Mistake number 8, no emergency campaign setup. Emergency searches turns or convert faster than others. They are not the people who are just price shopping or just exploring. They are the people who already need help and on urgent basis. So those keywords deserve their own campaign, own budget, and sometimes even just specifically call only ads focused. Mistake number 9, no high ticket isolation. If you are focusing to get high ticket jobs, you should definitely separate from those small jobs like repair, leakage or something, because if you run campaign like both campaign in the same thing, Google will just optimize for volume, not for value. You will get a lot of leads but smaller jobs like basic 800 jobs rather than getting $15,000 replacement job. If you want 10,000 or more projects, structure campaigns accordingly around those services specifically. Mistake number 10, using Performance Max without understanding it. A lot of people say Performance Max is magic, but it is not. If you turned it on because someone told you that okay, Google will handle everything, but that's risky. You don't have any idea what's happening. You are just totally depending or leaving things on AI. So Performance Max works best when you have a strong conversion tracking. You understand the search intent and you feed it clean data. Like everything, you provide clean data to the Google Ads platform. If your foundation is weak, automation amplifies the mess. Now let's talk about something even more dangerous, that is tracking mistakes. So that brings us to category number 3, conversion tracking mistakes. So you can have good keywords, you can have great campaign structure, but if your tracking is not in place, Google will just optimize for the wrong things, wrong data, and that's when your money just disappears. Mistake number 11, not tracking phone calls properly. As a contractor, if most of your jobs come from calls and you're not tracking them properly, Google Ads has no idea what's working and what's not working. A lot of contractors make this mistake that they track contact forms, right? But contact form submission is not enough because you are totally most of the jobs are coming from calls and you want calls to be tracked. So you can track calls from ads, from your website, and if you're just tracking forms, you are missing half of your data, and this will give like improper data to Google, and Google will not show your ads to the right people. So if Google can't see your calls, it cannot optimize for calls. This brings to mistake number 12, counting spam calls as a conversions. So a lot of times contractors receive calls from wrong numbers, telemarketers and spam, and the conversion is set as if they receive call, the conversion is recorded. Google thinks those are the good leads, and so it finds more of them. So if your calls per lead is low and your jobs are not increasing, this might be why, because of spam calls as conversions. Not every call is a good lead. Mistake number 13, not assigning value to your conversions. If a roof replacement costs $15,000 and a just minor repair is worth $500, why are both treated as same in your ad account? If you don't assign value to each of these separately, Google optimizes for volume, not revenue. And volume doesn't always mean profits. So at the end of the day, you don't need more leads, you need the better leads, the qualified ones. Mistake number 14, importing Google Analytics 4 conversions incorrectly. Like you are just importing everything from GA4 to your Google Ads. Some contractors import without filtering, score depth, time on site, random events, and then they wonder why performance is inconsistent. Only import the real business actions, qualified calls, qualified forms, submissions, booked appointments, and everything else is just noise. Mistake number 15, tracking leads but not booked jobs. So this is big one. A lot of contractors celebrate 40 or 50 leads, but how many turned out of those 50 into real jobs? If you're not connecting ad data with your booked jobs, with your actual booked revenue, you are managing ads blindly. A $50 lead that never closes is expensive, but a $500 lead that converts into 15,000 job is cheaper. And this is where small contractors lose control. Now, let's talk about where most contractors lose conversions before phone even rings, their landing pages. So, let's jump into category number 4, landing page mistakes. You can run perfect ads, good keywords, good conversions tracking, good campaign structure. But if your landing page is weak, your cost per lead will always be higher because Google just doesn't charge you for clicks. It just rewards conversion rate, right? And most contractors' websites are built to look good but not to convert. So let's fix those. Mistake number 16, sending traffic to homepage. If you are sending Google Ads traffic to your homepage, you are already losing conversions because homepage talk about everything, your every service, your about us, like what are you doing. But a user just searches for just simple one thing. He does not want to see every other thing about your company, right? So you have to send the user to the right page of the website. Relevance increases conversion and conversion rate lowers your cost per lead. Mistake number 17, no city specific pages on your website. If you serve multiple cities and you have one generic landing page, you will lose conversions as well because a person who is searching for HVAC repair in Austin but does not see Austin in your landing page, there the trust issues come. That disconnect hurts performance. People trust businesses that clearly serve their area. And remember, specific beats generic every time. Like for example, if you want to hire me for Google Ads for contractors, obviously because I do only contractor, right? You would never hire me, or maybe think twice if I say, okay, I provide services to every other business. No, our focus is just contractors. Mistake number 18, trust signals are missing on your landing pages, right? If somebody is coming from your Google Ads, they are your customer, but they don't see the right testimonials, the number of jobs you already did, your license number, you're serving, and what insurance you're providing, and all other things like the things which provide trust, right? So if you are missing those in your landing page, you will lose conversions. Mistake number 19, weak or hidden call to actions. So if you want users to call you, don't make them find your contact information. If you want users to fill the form on your website, don't just make them find the contact form. Make it easier to find so that just user go there and just click on it and just calls you or fill up the form. A lot of contractors I've worked with in their previous websites, it was impossible to find the CTA buttons. So make your CTAs prominent, clear, and in front, like in the first view. Mistake number 20, slow loading website on mobile. This is small thing a lot of contractors miss or escape thinking that it's not important, but it is important and it is a signal that Google sees and rank your ad or your website. If your website is taking more than 7 seconds, you are already losing it. Your website opening time should be like 3 seconds or less, not more than that. If your website takes more than that, you will lose your customer. So understand this. If your ads are not working, it's not about the ads, it's about your page, it's about your website. Now let's talk about budget mistakes that quietly drains your account. This is category number 5, budget and bidding mistakes. Now we have good keywords, great campaign structure, landing pages, awesome landing pages, and conversion tracking in place. But if budgets are not spent right, you will lose again. Bad budget decisions can quietly destroy your results in the long run. And most contractors either underfund the right campaigns or overfund the wrong ones. Let's fix that. Mistake number 21, using max clicks campaign forever. If you are still using maximize clicks in your campaigns, you are telling Google just get me traffic, not get me the customers, not get me the conversions. Max clicks can help in the beginning, but in the long run, it chases just cheap clicks. At some point, you need to shift to conversion focused bidding. Mistake number 22, changing bid strategies every week. If you keep switching from max clicks to maximize conversions to target CPA every week because performance dipped, you are resetting the learning phase over and over. Google needs stable data, and constant changes brings instability. Remember this one thing in Google Ads or even in your business: consistency beats panic. So just keep your bidding strategy consistent. Mistake number 23, underfunding high intent campaigns. If emergency AC repair near me is converting well, but your ad budget is capped too low, you are missing jobs. Obviously, if somebody searches in the beginning of the day and your budget drains for the day, your ad will not show to the rest of the people who are searching for the same query. Mistake number 25, and that is very common, I have seen: accidentally spending on display campaigns. Some contractors do not even realize their search campaign is opted into display. Now, a lot of people don't know what display is. Display is that Google shows your ad on partner's website, not in Google search specifically. Now, if your display ads is on, you are suddenly paying for banner ads on a random websites. If your goal is local service ads, search intent should be priority. Make sure your settings match your objective of the campaign. Mistake number 25, no seasonality budget planning. Contracting businesses are seasonals. HVAC spikes in summer, roofing spikes after storms, heating spikes in winter. But some contractors just run flat budgets for a year. When demand increases, your budget should increase as well. And when demand drops, your strategy should adjust. Budgeting isn't about how much you are spending, it is when and where you spend it. That is the key you have to understand as a contractor. Now, let's talk about the final category of this video, that is lead quality and business mistakes. You can blame Google Ads all the day, but sometimes the problem is not with the ads. It is what happens after the lead comes in. Let's talk about that. Mistake number 26, no minimum job filter. A lot of contractor does not want $200 projects, but they have not mentioned on their landing pages. And so that is the difference between their messaging in the ads and messaging on the landing pages. If you want bigger projects, your landing page should reflect that. And if you don't filter out, like if you don't want $200 project, you will just receive another $200 lead. So you have to filter out. Mistake number 27, no CRM tracking. You think that you will remember all the leads, but you skip most of the time and you just don't follow up on the jobs you just closed. Without CRM tracking, you are just guessing, and business decisions should not be guesses. So for that, I have just created small sheet which you can reuse for yourself, and there you can just keep all the data of the leads coming in, follow up and everything. I'll just share the link in the description, and that is free for you. Mistake number 28, no follow-up system. Most homeowners don't hire the first company they call. If you miss the call or respond late, don't follow up on the estimate, you lose the job. They will hire somebody else. So understand this one rule: ads generate opportunity and follow-up converts those opportunities. Mistake number 29, no call recording to measure quality. If you don't listen to your calls, you will never know, are leads bad or just the problem is in the sales process. Call recordings show you, are people asking for service, or are they just price shopping, or is your team answering confidently? So understand another thing: sometimes the ad is fine, but the closing isn't. So you have to fix that as well. Last mistake, that blaming Google Ads instead of fixing internal process. This is the biggest mistake of contractors. If leads are coming in but jobs are not increasing, before you shut off ads, ask, are we answering fast, qualifying properly, following up, or tracking booked revenue or not? Google Ads bring the phone to ring, but the process determine path. If you recognize yourself even in 5 of these mistakes, there's good chance your account has serious optimization opportunities. Google Ads work, but only when keywords structure, budgeting, landing pages, and processes all align. If you are a contractor running ads right now and want a clear picture on what's working and what's not, start by fixing these 30 mistakes. And if you want help implementing this properly, you already know where to find me. That's me, Imran Nadir, signing off. See you in the next one. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out.